Welcome to No Church Church. My name is Liz, and I'm here with Willbo and Rosie, my friends. We are here today to talk about the stuff that's going on right now, the racial issues in America and really in the world. And, you know, Willbo is my friend from way back for a while now. And, you know, I love one of the things that you said to me last week. You said, first and foremost, I am a child. I'm a lover of Jesus. Mm-hmm. That is my identity. Right. And I love that so much because we can always focus on our differences, which is good, but also the fact that we are all one body, one part, one family, you know. Right. And, you know, if I would like to say, you know, if any part of our family, if any part of our body is hurting and says, please, I'm hurting, please listen, please look, how could we ever not do that and just say, okay, we're here, we're listening, what do you need, how can we help, what can we do, how can we change? So I asked you to come today. I want to hear your heart. I want to hear your thoughts.
I think the first step that needs to be done is that people need to acknowledge hurt. Let's take the same analogy you said about body. Right. You know, if something is injured, if somebody's cut or you break an arm, the first thing that the body feels is pain, right? That's right. So the first thing we need to do is acknowledge that there's people that are hurting. Yes. You know what I'm saying, from the issues that are going on.
That's right.
After that, we need to take steps to mend or to tend to the wounded. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing I think about when I think about everything that's going on. Some people don't believe that racial issues are real issues. Some people think they're fabricated. Some people think that's not true. Right. Some people think it's made up. But it's a real issue. Absolutely. So I think that's the first step we need to take.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been learning a lot, and we got implicit bias, mm-hmm. which is just, you know, in particularly white people, because I'm white, we do things and say things and we don't even recognize it, mm-hmm. you know, and that's what I think is a lot of the frustration. We're not saying outright racism like KKK, mm-hmm. like, you know, beating, you know, and the police brutality, you know, that's over here too, but also, we're saying the bigger issue is how do we see each other? Mm-hmm. You know, when a teacher's teaching in a school, is she immediately looking at a little black boy mm-hmm. as being a troublemaker? And then if you look hard enough at any little kid, you're going to see, or long enough, you're going to see, you know, mm-hmm. you're going to see him make mistakes or do stuff. And that's part of that implicit bias that we don't know that is built into our society. Mm-hmm. And I think, dear God, you know, like all of these very important things, we're learning microaggressions, mm-hmm. you know, as far as black people are saying, please, can you know, when you say this is what we hear. Mm-hmm. When you say this is what we hear. And this is love's way. This is not I'm a white person, so I'm bad, and shame and guilt and beat myself. This is me saying, you're my family, and what hurts you hurts me. If it bothers you, then I'm gonna change. I'm gonna stop saying, I'm gonna recognize, you know, if there's something I could do better, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the work. I'm gonna learn the things. I'm gonna teach my children better because it is important. It is important because you're valuable. You're valuable to me, you know, and that just part of recognizing these difficult things. And you know, for me, I love this. I love this. I'm excited about this because I am a type of person that's like, oh, really hard, deep conversations. Let's do it. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I like small talk and all that is I'm like, let's just do the hard thing. And I encourage people, have the conversations. We might get it wrong. And I think a lot of white people are like, I'm so scared.
You're scared to be uncomfortable.
Yes.
Exactly. I mean,
scared to be uncomfortable, scared to be awkward, scared to offend. You know, it's like, what do I do? What do I say? I feel like whatever I do and say is going to be the wrong thing right now.
And that's why a lot of these conversations aren't even discussed, is for that reason. I mean, I come from an area where we're in a relatively small town. It's rural, and not many people want to discuss it, even though we know that this is happening.
Right.
So it's just, how do you get out there and do it?
Right.
You just have to.
Yep.
You can't be afraid to offend anyone.
That's right.
That's the thing I've had to deal with, understanding actually about this.
Yep.
So.
And we're talking about when you have that conversation, this might sound a little gritty, but and now I'm not talking about black or white. I'm just talking about people. Mm-hmm. People have to learn how to temper emotions. You dive into that conversation, or you try to have that conversation, and someone intentionally or unintentionally says something that does offend you. You have to be mature enough to push that aside and then dive deeper. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm offended, but let's work through
That's
the offense.
exactly
You know
right.
what I'm
That's
saying?
so good.
And
Yeah.
that's not black or white. That's any color.
That's anything.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And some people aren't able to do that. When I think about the riots, I know I'm going back to it,
That's
but
okay.
what you have is you have a mass of people who have all these emotions.
That's
they're
right.
hurt, they're angry, they're mad, you know?
Right. And they're not being heard.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and they're not being heard. So now this emotion is overtaking.
That's right.
So I do whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's a
Yep.
cry for attention.
And it just takes one person to do something. Out of anger, they can sit up here and just have a brick and then throw it through a window, and then it's the spark.
Yep.
They lit the fire.
Yep.
Yep. And then everybody goes. It's funny you brought the analogy about teaching, but kids are the same way, you know. And you have to dive past the outlashing or the fussing or the screaming or the cussing or whatever. I teach, you know. I've seen it all.
Yeah.
And
You're a
it's
teacher.
crazy how you can literally, a kid can be bad. I mean, straight bad.
Yes.
But if you put all the other kids aside and just talk to that one kid and give him a space to be heard, they'll change.
that's
They
exactly
will.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But it takes the attention. You look past the actions and you
Yeah.
recognize the hurt.
Yep.
And then once you recognize it, then you dive a little deeper. You
That's
know
right.
what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's what it takes. Someone has to pause and be the person to take their initial step to dig a little bit deeper. I see you mad. I see you fussing. I see you throwing bricks. But what's going on? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
And then once you're heard, after being heard, after recognizing the pain, then steps have to be made. You know what I'm saying?
To
Right.
rectify.
Yeah.
To rectify the issue.